Oh shit, Captain Caveman.
That's a classic.
Yeah, sometimes I see that for some kids on Boomerang at times.
Yeah. To really watch some of the really old school shit, you have to get, you know, there's another channel that it does air on, because they just don't air the shit on Boomerang anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest, Boomerang has just become Cartoon Network light.
Yeah. Like there was one show I truly enjoyed on Boomerang was SWAT Cats.
Yeah.
That jet was fucking cool, man. Screw the Batmobile, give me that fucking jet. The jet did everything.
We were supposed to get a third season, but for some reason they canceled it.
I knew it had 2 seasons.
Yeah, it had 2 seasons, and there was supposed to be a third.
But I did like how it did show how Russell Piper came to be. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
He was a great motherfucker. And did you get what you deserved? Debatable. But it is on fault, though. But everyone, I know, like, young boys like me, like Calico Briggs, straight up.
Yeah.
It was a good show, and honestly, Dark Cat was a pretty notable boss.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't hold back. He was
ruthless.
He turned on the people he worked with.
That was a given. He was always for himself.
Yeah. My least favorite villain of that series? Honestly, you won't believe what my least favorite is. Like, straight was not the best.
Who's that?
The Metallicats. The robot ones?
Yeah.
We're gonna have the reference of Bonnie and Clyde, yes, but I just couldn't
get into him.
I just couldn't get. Is that second favorite villain was, well, Professor Viper.
I didn't really care for any episodes with the Metallicats in it.
They weren't that great. They really weren't. They were funny, yes, they were funny, but they weren't that great.
They spent too much time arguing.
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, next year we're getting a Van Helsing too. A little late, but I don't care. Third favorite? I'll come back to it time, but I think the most pathetic villain, looks like the pathetic villain, but he was least good as a villain, was a Time Master.
That's another one I never really gave a damn about.
He was supposed to sit for a woman back in time. They didn't like him.
And then he gets flung into the future and he's simping after Callie.
Yeah. Oh, you're hard. I'm not him. Yes, you're hard. Oh, step on me. What the fuck? Chop Shop. That was one. There's a hyena.
I remember Chop Shop.
I think he had like 1-2 episodes. He was like, yeah. Let's see. there's a Morbolus, the fight. He wasn't really a villain. He was just an undead person.
Yeah.
Hard drive. I said that one was actually good. He had a very good look and alone. His suit can literally make him transfer himself into electrical currents of the city and such like. That's really good. Hello. And Muta Middle Lord. It was voiced by I Am Weasel.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. A villain voiced by a guy like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, what the? The Jester one, that was a little different.
Yeah.
Matty Cat, that's his name. Yeah, Matty Cat. Yeah. The Dark SWAT Cats. That was pretty cool though.
I remember that.
But there was a female villain.
Didn't she also team up with
Yeah, she teamed up with SWAT Cats to like beat an enemy or something. But she was in love with the pilot. Chance. His only was Chance of that.
I'm trying to think which one's Chance.
The pilot.
No, they both were pilots. But yeah, Chance is the big one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the big one, yeah. He was the big one, yeah.
And funny enough, they built that shit all from junkyard parts.
Yeah, see that shit did everything. It had a motorcycle in it, a cement machine gun. Hell, it went to fucking space. That's pretty fucking dope, dude. But still, apparently they were supposed to get a reboot. It was canceled. Turmoil was her name, yeah. She looks like some Russian chick.
Yeah. There was always something that, like, during that time frame, they were always bringing in, like, they always had, like, a female villain, and they always gave her, like, an Eastern European accent. A heavy one at that.
I must admit, sometimes some of the character people who did the voice did suit the character. Like, the one in Batman was curing the plague back in the day. Shit. She had a really thick accent, like big tall woman. More bullets. I don't. Oh, the villain that turned itself into a gym. I don't remember that. I don't remember the name. I really put this thing. Rex Shard, that's his name, yeah. The Dark Cat was the most metal villain. Well, he had a good plan. He was on for himself once in a while. He had style.
He did.
First Viper had to, but it's just the fact that a Dark Cat's outfit looks more like a suit.
Yeah.
Oh, the space insect ones. Those were good villains. Oh yeah, that the asshole character from the Enforcers.
Commander Farrell.
His second in command, not Lena Farrell. The
dude.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm the new one in charge. Yeah. It'll come back to me in due time. Like it's programmed in there. Just can't find it.
Commander Farrell was a hard ass.
Steel. Steel. Something Steel.
Captain Steel. Lieutenant.
Yeah. Lieutenant Steel. And he was a dick at me on all levels. Talked big shit and then ran away when shit got a little too real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the SWAT cat game back in the day.
They made a game?
Yeah, it was a cartridge game.
Well, I guess I'll have to go find a
You can play
copy.
But there's only one problem with this game. Like, it's actually the only real problem. You can do it solo, but there's a problem.
What?
Each one's different on the team.
Yeah.
Like, one can break down walls, while the other one has more jumping, can jump higher than the other.
Yeah.
It's best to they say it's best to be a two-player game. I remember that. Yeah, oh my god, Road Rovers, oh my god. That's when fairies were really kicking off. Oh yeah, yesterday night, Your Blue was on TV on Boomerang.
Which was?
Captain Planet.
Well, that's not surprised me. They're still playing that after all this time.
Yeah, holy shit, it's kind of fun.
I'll just say this. When they got into like the later seasons, like 4, 5, and 6, it got more real.
Yeah. Felina Farrell, yeah, that's her name. The other muscle mommy. That was a. Then. Shit. Angora, that was the other one, yeah. The reporter.
Yeah. She was always trying to get an interview with them.
No, we're good. It does deserve a reboot. It was a good classic. It was dark, but it wasn't too dark.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a deleted scene.
That was a given.
You know the scene where Professor Viper gets those mold monsters, right?
Yeah.
It shows one of the mold monsters eating one of the civilians, but you see the shadow when it happens. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember that scene. I'm like, man, that's so metal. Oh yeah, when ow, man, when Chance got infected, he turned evil, like into a mutant. That was pretty. That was like, damn. T-Bone, yeah.
And it was up to
T-Bone
Razor to
got
turn him
turned into a
back.
mutant. Yeah, like it was. When you look at it, it was menacing, and the animation of that time frame, but then they went to a different season, was really good.
Yeah. I don't like furries. Why do you have a picture of Callie from SWAT Cats on your phone?
Oh, you explain. Me. I explain too. I love her too.
Imagine if catgirls
What,
become
am I
real
gonna-
and that's what they look like.
I believe it. Like the what's that movie called? It was also a book. Dr. Monroe, something like that.
Yeah.
Or like he made actual crossbreds, and there was a movie about it too. Like that's what the act actually people said that's what they would actually afraid would actually look like. I'm like, I believe it.
I believe it too.
And the movie was not very subtle on something. It's like at all.
That would solve a lot of problems.
Granted, like I said, it wasn't subtle, but hey, it was because their human DNA and animal DNA is crossed. Both sides of the brain are gonna fight.
Yeah.
But how the movie ended was interesting. It had the guy from what's his name? He's an actor. He's a well-known actor. You remember watching Dragonheart, right?
Yeah.
When the prince was evil and he's all grown up, he was in that movie.
I know who you're talking about.
On an island. Yeah. Granted, his DNA was crossbreded, but only enough to save his life, not to transform him.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with the girl who was turned into a feline, but yet she was hung. Yeah, she died. Like, but yeah, it was like a few that were left that were kind, or like the good ones were alive, but it's like I noticed all the predator ones turned feral, while the prey ones are just like, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, apparently, like Gargoyles was supposed to have a reboot, but it was then canceled.
Yeah.
Writer's argument, mostly.
Funny enough, I know
Like,
why Gargoyles failed.
What happened?
Low viewership. Because at the time when it started airing, the O.J. Simpson shit was popping off.
Oh yeah.
And most people watch Disney stuff through Saturday morning. However, since my grandparents had satellite TV, they had the Disney Channel. So I would just go watch all the Disney stuff on the Disney Channel. But I will say this, you know what made it funny?
What?
That whole O.J. Simpson thing, that ultimately led to news stations being banned by my grandmother at our house indefinitely.
Yeah.
Because she got sick and tired of hearing about 24-hour news cycles, and she's like, and then he tried to argue about it. She's like, I don't want to hear the news being played. You got 500 other channels to pick from. She straight up told him that if she caught him watching any type of 24-hour news stations, she was unplugging the TV and throwing it out.
Valid reason.
As she put it, she did not want to hear the news all the damn time.
Understandable. Yeah, the reason why frankly, they also scrapped the reboot Gargoyles for the one reason.
What's that?
Okay, in the revamp, it shows how all the Gargoyles can meet. That's gonna be cool. I'm down with that. Like, why don't also the Mona hates humans because she used to like a human and there's a misunderstanding and
Yeah.
them for the reason why it actually truly fit was going to stop because of how they wanted to do Goliath, like completely redo, like give him a marble look. Because like in the original show, he said I was made in his image, right?
Yeah.
Practically, the story was he was made by a man in a church and taught the Bible.
Yeah.
Then, at a time frame, religion was taking a nasty backlash because of people weaponizing it and shit. Yeah, I can see why. Mostly because of writers' arguments.
Yeah.
But
at that point, it's like they'll find the
keep
original. Were the original guys going to work on it, or was it going to be new people?
It was going to be the original cast and new people. Like, they all got along, it's just there was always that one person. One person didn't like it.
Probably some new person.
Oh, this was a classic person.
So somebody had an issue with it.
Yeah, that's like most of the new people were on story with the whole idea of like how the one with the story how he lost his eye.
Yeah.
And how like the one hated humans, how it was actually made, and everything, and like where they're actually from, because every gargoyle is not the same. You got that one classic writer didn't like the idea of Goliath being made by man.
Yeah.
They taught the Bible. Because it conflicts what a gargoyle is. Like, but if you look at Goliath's listen to Goliath's words and how he acts and treats everybody, you can tell he was taught the Bible. He's humble.
Yeah.
He's humble, he's kind, and his description matches Goliath in the Bible. He's a really tall, strong man. And Goliath was supposed to be made of like some kind of marble or really strong gray stone. But then that's the guy who was religious. He didn't like that idea. He said, "Change it, or I won't do the project." And the project was then scrapped. That's the rumor. I'm like,
yeah, it's understandable
that's
because
so fucking petty. It's petty, but I see
it's his
view,
word.
though. Yeah. He's one of the classic writers that always saw it and just didn't like the fact. He didn't mind like the modern like humans, how God damn, I can't remember his name. The one with the missing eye. Basically, his story was supposed to be he got into a fight with another gargoyle that was in charge. He lost his eye.
Yeah.
And being also older, he was considered worthless. As Brooklyn, they're gonna make his origin from Asia because you look closely at his design, he resembles demons of Asia.
Yeah.
And everyone liked that idea. Like each one of them had different forms and looks. It just something they didn't like how this Goliath was the big beef. I'm like, that would make sense though. Why he's stronger than the rest, how he's more humble, and everything. But in the end, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. But I think the one show that was kind of odd but funny to watch was Day the Barbarian. I never watched that.
It was a Disney show that was funny. I stopped watching because there's too many movies. It was a giant goofball show, to put it short. But it was like this. There's a kingdom that had a king queen who had 2 daughters and a son.
Yeah.
Dave, he's a barbarian, but this is the fucked up part. He's sensitive. He's really muscular as fuck, and he like sees the old mouse, he's like, ah! Runs away like a bitch.
That sounds like brain rot.
Yeah, it was, bro. It was funny as hell because the little sister acts like a cave woman, but has more common sense about things. Jane's smart. She's just like, smash it, get rid of it. And the little sister named Candy, yeah, Candy, is in charge. They put her in charge. She's like, what? She's a shopaholic.
Why should that surprise me?
And the main villain is a piglet. It's a sorcerer.
Cliche, but okay.
Like, evil swine, I get it.
You ever watched a show called Star versus the Forces of Evil?
I heard of it, never saw it.
I watched it. It was fucking gold.
I heard it was brain rot, but in a funny, good way.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because Star would be over there doing like the most nonchalant, scatterbrained shit ever, and then Marco would get caught in the crossfire of it. But it was always kind of funny because she would just be going around la 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 la, you know, like basically think Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, but on steroids.
I see it.
And then Marco, the Earth boy that she's stuck with, he's just kind of like caught in the crossfire, like trying to help her adapt to the human world.
And she's not listening, is she?
She listens, but she still finds a lot of Earth stuff weird because she's from a magical kingdom.
Yes, right.
Because most of what Star versus the Forces of Evil is, a lot of it is based off of magical girl anime.
Oh my god, this show. Oh my god, I remember watching this. Oh my god.
What show's that?
The Tick.
Never watched it.
Oh my okay. Imagine a big muscular guy in a blue suit. Doesn't matter how many times you hit him, he takes it like, what was that? How he like a there was a clip of him like he holds a bomb out, he destroys a city, he holds his arms out, he takes a full blast, he's like this covered in blast dust, like,
Yeah.
okay. It's like a really old show, like I remember this. My mom would find the show so annoying. My brother would, but the one thing because of a tick said spoon because you hold it in like I don't remember what it was about. It's like, oh, you boys, stop there right now. We don't annoy her with certain shit just to annoy her with it. Apparently, they're going to have a new type of villain in the SWAT Cats on a reboot called SWAT Cats Revolution. Aqua Cat. It's like a mermaid, like a mer person.
Yeah.